Yo, 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 yo. What's goody? What's goody? What's goody? It's your boy, Johnny 2x4. You already know what we waiting for. You know what we here to do. You see where we at? You see where we at? Yo, let me know. Let me know. Let me know if you can guess what I am. But we gonna wait for my homie. Let's get it. We gonna wait for the home skillet. There we go. 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 Come on. Come on. Add my boy. Add my boy. Add my boy. Come on. Come on. Add my boy. Add my boy. Get him in here. Supposed to be having some issues or something, you say? I accepted it, right? Yeah, where you at, my dude? Let me pull that up. We got some issues. We just waiting for my homeboy. But yo, let me know in the comment section below how y'all guys are feeling. If y'all just vibing, chilling, let me know. Let me know. Let me see if his drink having some issues. We gonna wait on it though, playing game. Give us a moment. Give us a moment. We gonna wait on it. We just here. You get to admire. If I can talk, you get to admire the costume for now. Let's see if that works. Let's go. Try this again. Try this again. Come on. Come on. What's going on? Well, anyways, playing game. Until my boy get back, I guess I'll holler at y'all for a little bit. You see who we is. You see what we dressed up as. You see what we here to do. We here to give you guys an amazing podcast, and I want to thank everybody for always rocking out with us. Everybody that always pulls up. And let me know in the comment section below if you wearing a costume, if you got, if you went to something on this Halloween weekend. Let me know. Let my boy know when he get in here. Hopefully, he gets in here. Hopefully, it said no response from my boy. Da, 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 da. Wait. Come on. Come on. Come on. Finally. Thank you.
All right, bro, you gotta back up. They couldn't.
No, I
whole head off.
gotta do this. I gotta do this.
Yeah, just turn your camera on. There you go.
I pulled it back up because I was waiting for you. I was like, "What's going on, my dude?"
My bad.
It
didn't send me nothing. I kept sending you requests.
I was saying
I
accepted it 4 times. On there, I was like, "What is happening?" I was like,
nothing came through. Nothing came through. Not a single thing came through.
All right. Well, we here now. Your boy was telling them a little bit about what we was here to do, but I didn't get too much into it. I was just seeing how everybody's Halloween weekend was doing, what I mean? And if they were, if they did anything or if they dressed up as anything, I asked them to drop it in the comment section. That's all. But, now that you here, now that my homie here, yo, let's go. Let's introduce ourselves, bro. What you got, bro? What's up? Finally.
What's up? How y'all doing? What's up, Cul-de-sac? How y'all doing today?
Yo, what's good with it? What's good with it? As you can see, We dressed up for the occasion right here. Yo, if y'all can, I'm not gonna say it until the end, but yeah, if y'all can guess my costume, if y'all can guess my costume, I'm gonna be real surprised. Because it took my boy had it right there. He had it. He didn't have the name of it though, but he had it. He knew where it's from. So if y'all can guess the name of the costume, all that, yo, let me know in the comment section below. And if you guess my
if you are age, you know this movie. That's what I'm saying.
yeah. If you are age, you already know this movie, dog. You already know this movie. But without further ado, right here, yo, my boy, tell him what we here to do. What were we here to do here?
So we're here to discuss what it takes or what it is to be a good killer and a good movie killer. If you can comprehend or understand, if you get scared, y'all can leave now. But we're gonna be talking about what it takes to be a great
Yep.
in that mindset for this movie type.
Yeah, like basically we're gonna like break down what it takes to make a good, like an amazing horror character, and also what it takes to have a good movie, like backing them up. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of like, not gonna cap. Before we get into it, there's a lot of movies that have like good characters, good, good everything like that, good setups, but the way they go into it, they finish terribly. Not gonna lie, they finish terribly. There's a couple that take away from it, but we gonna get really
For
into the
real,
nitty gritty.
bro.
Yeah, but before we jump all the way into the nitty gritty, I do want to say again, like thank you everybody for always rocking out with us. I hope everybody, as I say, I hope
Keep supporting.
everybody enjoys the
We
weekend.
got stuff in store for y'all.
Yeah.
Just keep staying along with us. We
Yes.
coming. We coming. That's all I'm saying. Just be in
We're
store.
coming.
I got some stuff in the bag that we gonna reveal either season at the end of the season or because we're
Yeah.
halfway through now. We're halfway through the season, y'all. Y'all been paying
Yo,
attention?
it flew. It
We
flew.
halfway through the
Bro.
season. This is episode what? 4, 5, 4.
It's
Yeah,
episode
episode
four.
4.
Four.
Yeah, we halfway through the season, y'all. Four episodes left after this. We're gonna reveal some big content. Season
Yeah.
3 gonna come out probably after the new year. Looking like the time flying.
Yeah.
To looking like it's gonna put us after the new year. So just being ready. But let's get to it. Why don't you start us off?
Let's chew. You said we start us off. All right. So I'll start us off with I guess a question poised at you. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I know
Okay.
we didn't get a real chance to recap any questions or anything like that. So this is actually on the fly. I'm not even gonna cap to you on the fly.
Okay.
So my first question for you is, I guess, before we get into what makes a good movie, makes a bad movie, I guess what genre in your own mind, like I guess not the genre, but like what type of scary movie would you say catches you the most? Jump scares, freaking scares, like what type of movie? That's my first question. Like, I don't know what your preference in
So
horror movie is.
I would say so. I'll tell you, it's most of the time it's paranormal. And yes, I get jump scares like everybody else. Like you can like if you time it right, you plan a good jump scare. Yeah, you gonna get me. I'm gonna jump. You know what I'm saying? Like any we go to a haunted house, I know you're gonna come around that door, but I'm still gonna get scared. You know what I'm saying? Like I know what's gonna happen. I just paid to be here. I know that's gonna happen. But it's like, nah. Most of the time, that really get me. If you either write or if you depict a true story that like you can feel, and you know how you and I like feel things. Like if
Yeah.
you could feel that, then like ghosts, paranormal shit gets me every time. But in the light of like what we're talking about now,
Yeah.
a lot of killer movies, it have to be like the Michael Myers or like Jason type movies.
I see.
That shit
So then,
that could happen, but it's a little out there, legendy. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
But like
But
Beetlejuice, like that shit could happen, but it's a little bit
it's a little bit far fetched, as you call it, a little bit out there in the world. It's not more likely to happen to you specifically.
not
Like
like
I guess the other ones are way more likely to happen to the more everyday person. You know what I'm saying? Like So
like what was it? The strangers or neighbors or whatever
yeah,
it
they
is
just
with
the strangers. They just did it because they
yeah
answered the door. They was going right.
yeah
They was going. Oh, that's us. Why? Oh, you said that. That was one of my examples too. But
my
we
bad.
no. That's a good thing. That's a good thing you said
But
that.
that's what I'm saying. That shit could happen like in the middle of nowhere. You would never hear, you would never know because like the hills have eyes, shit like that, like creepy fucking, like I don't know, man. That stuff, that the
So
stuff that
that's
could
the stuff that.
happen, but it's a little too much. Like those are my favorite.
Oh, okay, so the stuff that I get what you mean. It's stuff that's so close to real, but it has that little step of like fantasy to it. Not fantasy, but
Like what
more.
killer's just gonna walk? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Okay.
What you get it? Like
Yeah.
it doesn't make that like damn well might not be able to run, but he gonna
Yeah.
hit you
He's
with a little
gonna get
little
you
little.
a little trot or something. You know what I mean? Little race walk. I
Even
get
if
you.
he's stiff, it'll be a gallop. Like I don't think the instincts of like that's the little far fetched part for me. Like there's instincts of like yeah, you're supposed to be a myth or a legend of what how long it was you supposed to be
Yeah.
around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Out of a lake he's born. You know, so it's like yeah, you're gonna be stiff whatever, but you can still, your rage is gonna be mad. You was,
Yeah. You know yourself.
especially in a couple of those movies, you could hear you got mad. So it's like you're not gonna move faster or even like race walk. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Like
Like,
you can see. I get you mean like when the emotion that that kind of brings you out of it. So we're gonna say that for a second. We're gonna say that for when we talk into the deeper topic. We're gonna say that for. I see what you're getting into right there. Yeah, because that's something I was gonna catch up on with that too. Um, if I was to go along the line of like, I guess what catches me in a horror movie situation, that's what I was gonna bring up is like something like The Strangers and stuff like that. Because I was gonna bring him that type of scenario or something like The Strangers. You're next. Um, what else is off the top of my head? People on the stairs, something like that can happen, even though it's more of a thriller, where I guess the kids of the family, whatever, until they found the perfect son, they were basically torturing all the bad parts of the sons that they had in the basement cellar. You know what I'm saying? And used them as cannibalistic people. Like that, I was like, this is wild. But I was like, that's a situation that I could see happening, like because that household was more, if you've ever seen the movie, it's like a brother and sister relationship in that house for that type of situation. So it was like over generations, that's what they did. And it got worse and worse and more corrupt over time. You know what I'm saying? So it was wild. But like I guess stuff that's more that catches me is stuff that can happen, I guess, right in your neighborhood. So realistic movies like the Cleveland abduction, because it was based off a real abduction, real house. What is it? He had 3 victims that he had Stockholm syndrome that he had in his house. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that that's happening in a normal neighborhood. Stuff like that
yeah,
scares me. Like that
those,
nobody
yeah,
notices stuff like that, but it could be something that crazy because it's real. And that's something that hits hard. That's why I said The Strangers in that regard, even though it might be. I don't know if it's truly based off a real story. It's a lot of folklore in The Strangers. A lot of different depictions of it. But like that type of realism in it really does get me when it's something that it's not your everyday thing, but it's far fetched enough to be connected where it could connect to you. It could connect to you out of just by chance, just by the like a lottery.
now people want to go on Airbnbs out in the middle of nowhere. You know what I'm
And they
saying?
be having like they be having light socket cameras. They be having like camera light bulbs. They be having
And
like
people
you see
now
that?
know,
They be
yeah.
having some crazy
And then like
stuff,
you
bro.
got a creepy landlord that like, do you see what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like that shit don't. You're coming a little close to weird shit happening all over again. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
It's not like so then like you got the ghost killers, but then like ATM, that shit,
yeah.
real life fucking
And so right before you break into that,
real
right there,
life shit.
that's the question. So in your opinion, what honestly, what makes a good movie then? since since that's our topic of the day, what's some of the things that make a good movie for you? And I'll
So
piggyback.
like you would have to. So for me, you have to make me like on like every other movie, like feel like we're a part of the shit day. And it's like,
Yeah,
and it's not necessarily just like oh creating the music or the vibe. No, like
yeah.
you gotta like catch people. Like oh,
You gotta you gotta actually try to catch you for real.
make it a scenario like oh we just having a good time. I'm not answering the door. Nah, we not busy. Like leave us alone. You know what I'm saying? Type shit.
Yeah,
Or an ATM, I gotta go home. Like it's the middle of the fucking like it's 8 o'clock at night. Let me go home. Somebody just leave. Ah. Like you're
I
just
get what you mean. Like it's one of those scenarios where you're trying to do something, I guess, so innocent, so normal, so routine. Like it could have been, like you said, it could just be coming home from the bank, or it could just you at home not wanting to answer the door. But it's like something like that. Like you're just like, yo, I'm just trying to do this. What is going on? You know what I mean? Like why did you, like you said, ATM? They didn't even know man's. They had no connection with this dude in any sense. But this dude
and that
chose.
makes a perfect killer. That's the
Mhm.
thing. Somebody who doesn't have any connection. Somebody
Yeah,
who's just doing this out of just pure and all hell junkie for blood. Like
yeah,
at the
and
end of the day, that that is number one. The killer, the main part has to be all in.
yeah,
Like you're doing a ghost, that ghost has to be
all in.
portrayed like it's all about this emotion, this energy. Oh, okay, you go to killer. Yeah, Jason, Michael Myers, they portrayed those well. Like the first couple scared me as a kid. After a while, it gets like you know the plot. You know what I'm saying? It gets overused.
Yes,
So,
yes, yes.
so it's like, oh, the first couple, it's like, oh yeah, this is
Yeah,
actually kind of scary. Like, oh shit, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That shit fucking was
that's just
scary as a
that
kid.
shit's wild, bro.
You watch it over and over. Yeah, it gets a little overplayed, but like I watched, what was it? It took me like a while to rewatch the Paranormal Activity series and still not
Oh,
feel
to actually
chills.
go through them again.
Yeah, and still not feel chills when I watched them the second time. Shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that was based off true events, and like they didn't show any real footage in the movie until like the ending.
Yeah,
But like, yeah, yeah, man, that's the shit.
like I see what you mean. That's the stuff that actually makes like a good movie for you, though, like a good setup like that. Like if I can piggyback off what you were saying, for like a good movie setup, what's
Yeah, yeah. What you got? What you doing?
oh, I just lost the one I had initially, but a couple more good movie setups that I did have. I had an initial thought, but I lost it. Not gonna cap. But another movie that I had in line for that, like a good setup, a good like plot line, was like Ju-on. You know what I'm saying? In that paranormal sense, where it got you so connected and like even though it was like
That
more.
I forgot what that movie was until you said the name of it. To
See?
be 100% honest with you, I was thinking of that movie when you said like we could talk about other movies, and that movie popped into my head. Scenes of it popped into my
Yeah.
head. I'm like, what is this movie? Where does this
You
come
you
from?
all used to catch me, bro. It used to catch me.
Yo, now I know where that movie came from. I forgot we used to watch foreign horror films for a little
Yeah,
bit. I
we
used to.
watched the foreign
Have
ones too.
you remember ABC's of Death?
No, I don't remember that one.
Watch
ABC's
that shit. It's
ABC's
kind of
death.
hilarious. Yeah, yeah, it's gory, but it is kind of funny.
Oh, okay. I got what you mean. What was I going? Oh, there you go. It's great. So that movie right there, the Ju-on joint. So that had a good setup, good. Even though it was foreign, it was like a different type of feel, different type of what is it, like an ominous feel to it, and you got the real life connection because it's really based off the real story. You got and a lot of the things they used in it are actual, I guess, documented events for certain things. They have like a few, like you said in Paranormal Activity at the end, you saw a little bit of the realness. What I mean, of what actually happened. You see in Ju-on, at the very like in a couple scenes, people reported that. You know what I mean? So they had to like visually interpret that to these people. Some people that actually live some. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like wild. It's a wild situation. So what I was gonna say, piggybacking on like the bad tempo, the bad tempo of certain movies, like not to switch gears entirely. But when you were talking about Michael Myers, it's popped up in my head. Like I love the new Halloween's the way they portrayed him.
Mhm.
Obviously he's not a runner. I mean he's the way he walks. I'm fine with it.
Not a runner,
But
not a track star. All
but but why you make me laugh? But what I would say what took away from it with his seriousness is how I guess the decisions and choices of the family that they chose to opt in. You know what I'm saying? You
right.
got Laurie Strode. She's sitting up here all her life planning for this dude and let him walk out. Like, what's the plot point? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of plot points they messed up by trying to portray it a certain way. Like, you did this lady that prepared her whole life to fight, gets the opportunity to do it, and
No, for
still
real.
it doesn't do anything of what she planned, and then fails the final plan. You know what I'm saying? And then they keep
Yeah.
going. But it's like I guess when they, what's the better way to say it? When they mess up with like one of the main protagonists, okay? When the way they interact and the way they involve them, they add a lot of like a lot of feel good so you can connect with that character. But like you said, they give a lot of choices to go against what that character stood for. Like you stood for this, and this. Yet you did everything opposite and still didn't do like you still didn't follow your safety plan. And your family died in the movie. Your family died after you said if you just took your plan, it was fine. It was fine. It was actually fine if they did what they said they was gonna do. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a lot of the things contradicted. Like they know this man's immortal, he comes back, but they beating him with a baseball bat and then let him get up. You know what I'm saying? It's like different plot points. I get you're trying to get across like this dude is a monster. He can't be stopped. This, that, and the third.
That's
But you got
my
you got, you
point.
got this non-realistic situation of a town mob getting 1v1 by 1v20 like that. You know what I'm saying? But like it don't add up to
And
that.
he lives. Like,
It don't add up. It don't add up at all. Like portrayal wise, the portrayal was poor in that
that's
regard.
what I'm
But
saying.
yes, the character, the killer, looked awesome. But the portrayal behind the scenes, like if you're looking at the movie as a whole, you're like, what is this? This is not a realistic reaction to dude. This dude massacred the town. The whole town's confronting him. They're gonna hurt. They're gonna hurt this dude. You know what I'm saying? There's no
That's
way.
that's what I was getting at. Like, it's a realistic but far fetched. Like, why a whole mob? Like, you got a whole mob and you still live. Like, what?
You see, you got a whole mob. Man said this dude's immortal. The dude Tommy comes up with a bat and leaves the gun. Like, what is the choices? Like, there's a gun there, and he left the gun and brings the bat.
That's exactly, exactly. Like,
Like
I
the,
don't
the
know.
choices be catching me because I'm like, what? Why? You get these characters hyped up saying you know so much about it. You know what I'm saying? But then you're like, yo, he's killing my house. I got a gun, spoon. Like what are you doing?
No,
But
no,
anyways,
but that's the point. Why did they do that? That's cliche. As like, why the white girl got to break her ankle? Like,
oh yeah, why they
why?
always got
Like,
trip? Why they always gotta run it for? Yo,
just dragging themselves along the floor. Like, no, don't kill me. Like, no, bitch, get yourself up. Like that shit. And yo, watching Scary Movie 1 through 4, that shit makes it like very so like,
well, oh
yo,
yeah,
this shit
when
really
Scary
does
Movie
it.
one, she like broke her ankle.
Like, oh my God, you're gonna kill me. Ah, yeah, no, no, kill me. Like she's just playing it off. Like, no, don't really kill me. Like she thinks it's a joke.
You can't. Yes,
Bro, but
man,
that
I couldn't
shit.
get with that shit a lot either. Because that didn't be catching me. I was like, what? What? I was like, if you saw it the blue, like a movie like that, I can understand because it's like a parody.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? But like, you get here you go. Another bad example of a movie. It had a good story, bad setup, bad characters. The Babadook.
Oh my God,
The
bro. I
The
okay.
Babadook.
So
The
so the
Babadook, man.
Babadook is
Babadook.
a good.
The
I'm gonna stop
Babadook.
saying it because
I don't even know how to say it anymore, bro.
I don't fuck with it. I don't fuck with it. No, it's the Babadook, and if you keep saying it too many times, I believe in that shit. So that's why it really fuck with me. But no, the character setup. I really wish they would have chose a different family, at least a whole family, and not just a mom and daughter. Like, I can understand, and not to say anything to the writer or whatever they were doing,
Yeah,
but like a mom, a dad, and maybe one or two kids maybe would have portrayed this whole thing a little bit better, because then like the kid basically made the decision to keep it. Like I would have been like, if this movie was like real, like you could have been like the family would have been split, like,
yeah.
and like
Like
you would have had to
it could have been
try
a
to,
better ending for that. Like it could have been like the family split up because
and
some
not
of
just a
them.
Babadook living in your basement. The little girl goes down there to roll a ball with it every day for 10 minutes. Like,
Yo, that pisses you off.
like, like that. So that's the point I don't get. Like, you had to become friends with it. But like, I didn't get the whole point of the book. Then could you just give the book to somebody else and pass the Babadook on? Then, in that theory, isn't that how it works? Somebody sent them the book,
Yeah.
or they
No, you
got
try
the
to see
book or
if
whatever.
they said I don't know if they can pass it on per se like that, but I get what you mean. I think since they accepted him, I guess he can stay. You know what I mean? It's all good until they move on because he feeds off of misery. He feeds off of sorrow and stuff like that. That's what he feeds off of. Um,
I don't.
that's what's shitty about it. He feeds off of misery, sorrow, all that. But yet they keep him and they keep that kid acting like a jackass. You know what I'm saying? So that's just basically what it would it be at the end of the day, and it sucks
That's how
because
it seems. That's really how it seems. Like it. Yeah. Okay. I can understand.
you,
I
you
can
see it now,
understand.
like they really just
I can understand what you're saying. That makes a whole lot of sense.
so, yeah, and then he follows with the kid because the kid's a jackass. You know, he's a fucking asshole, bro. So that's what he's thinking.
No. Yeah. Yeah. And then
Did he
like
push the girl? Did he push his cousin off the slide and break her arm? There's some
yeah.
crazy ass shit, bro. Like look
No,
at that, bro.
bro. Yes. I, 100%.
But yeah, like all of that, like we said, that ties into making, taking away from the movie itself. But what we're talking about with the good factors, like the strangers, on the other end, it's like it's so close to realistic, and the decision made was so real. Like man and a woman, couple hiding out in a room from a killer. They're hearing some crazy shit. They see masks, and they don't even know their friends in the house. Their friend came to check on them. He walks past their bedroom door. They shoot him instantly. I was like, oh snap! But I'm not gonna cap. Yeah, somebody broke in my house. They was breaking shit, playing music. Boom! As soon as that door opened, it was a shot. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like they wasn't playing. That was the most
They,
realistic thing I've
they
ever
was
seen.
ready.
But
They was ready. That's what I'm
they
saying.
killed their
They
friends. That was the craziest thing about it. And the crazy thing about it, they really portrayed it. The friend was walking towards the room, and the killer was behind the friend, about to get him anyways, but they shot him. So I was like, oh my god, like yeah, it's something that you hate to see, but it's so realistic because you're like, damn, I just fucked up. You know what I mean? Like I really should have waited. Now it makes you hesitate because that makes their further actions understandable because they hesitate.
to be to be honest, if I'm in that situation, depending on who I shot, like yes, you just shot a friend, but like there could be a person where I'm just shooting again afterwards if I see another person walk through the room as well, because I already shot one
But
person.
but
So it's like
so that's the question I got for you.
I
So
could
say
potentially still pull the trigger afterwards, depending on who I shot in the doorway.
so say
Like I shot like Andrew, you, or somebody who's really close. Like yeah, I might hesitate the rest of the fucking. Okay.
Yo, we got 1,000-star donation, boy.
Okay.
It popped up on the top. I see it on the top, boy. We got 1,000.
Okay.
You do man a podcast. What's good, Michael Charles? What's popping with you, bro? I was like, wait a minute. I was
How
like,
you
wait.
doing? How y'all doing?
That caught me off guard. I was like, what is that?
That deserves a celebration for my boy.
Because my phone lit up and on the drum, I was like, what's going on? It was like star. It had a star train.
Hey,
Bro, you already know, yo, for the stars, we appreciate you. We appreciate you, dog. Yo, another step closer to the goal.
We
That's
live.
good. Let's get that joint. Yeah, my fault, double A. I had to pause because I was like, oh shit. I take a drink.
Nah, I gotta pack another one. I just cleaned that pack.
Yeah, that caught me by surprise. But what I was saying before, if I can pick up where we left off on that. I'm still dying. But the Rangers shit. That setup, like afterwards when they chose like the dude got ran at, you remember by the killer in the forest. When I think his wife was in the house, he went out there to get help, you know what I mean? He went out there to try to solve it. And he got rushed and he missed the shot. But my question for you is, so you said you would have been fine initially, because you said you might have shot the next dude walking in the room anyways.
Yeah.
But my statement is nobody died yet. You know, right? So this is the thought process I got for you. Nobody died. You're getting freaked out by all this pranking shit, right? You hear music, you see dudes in a sack, and then I walk past your room, you shoot me, right? You're like, oh, it's Dez. Oh shit, I fucked up. But you're like, oh, this motherfucker might have been pranking me. You know what I'm saying? Because it could be something. Because you're like, nothing happened. Nobody got assaulted. They just was getting scared. And then they shot, you know what I'm saying?
But he was about to die anyways.
But what did happen, for real, I forgot. What did actually happen, they did get their car vandalized. But, like, I was going to say, like, there could be a lot of things portrayed differently. You know what I mean? You could be like, oh, this motherfucker might have been pranked. Now you could be pissed at that situation, but you're like, damn, he went too far with the prank. And you can lose thought. You can lose track. Because they tried to chill out. Remember, I think the dude was like, nah, maybe something's going on. And I think the girl was like, nah, there's actually people here. I think she was like, believe me. And he was iffy. You know what I mean? Because he shot his friend. He shot his fucking friend. He was iffy as hell. He was like, wait, I don't even know what she just said. That was my boy.
Done fucked up.
Yeah, so like I can see their thought process though. Like it's a lot, man. It's a lot, but it makes sense for, like you said, in real life. It makes sense to where you can connect to it, where you can make you can make your own assumptions about what you would have did in that situation, how you would have responded real, because it was real close to home on that point. Even though it was something, yes, far-fetched,
and he's not dead yet. The person you just shot, depending on where
he was gone.
Shot him.
He got, bro. You say he got pumped. He got pumped to the chest. He was gone, bro.
So it was a bunch of bullets.
Yeah, it was his chest was covered.
Yeah,
that's why
I couldn't
was like, this man got lit. You know what I'm saying?
I couldn't remember.
Yeah, he got fucked up. He had the joint posted, bang. As soon as he got through, he had the big slugs and all that. I think he was not playing with homeboy. not playing.
Exactly. He was like, "No, fuck y'all, I'm about to do
this." But I get it though. But those type of setups is what draws us into like a good movie. I would say so. Paranormal side is harder to get me for a lot of that. You know what I mean?
Why? Why is that?
It's harder to get me for some things, like you said, because they go too far-fetched. Okay. So, but other things I believe in, that's why I'm about to give you, I guess I'll give you my prime example of something I do believe in that could happen, is something like Pennywise. Something like...
You think it could happen?
Yes. I think it could happen because I think it could happen, like not just some random big demon, you know what I mean? But I think it could happen as a life form outside of our knowledge, could come here and literally, I feel like things could take on the form of what you fear the most in some senses. I feel like things can portray it to you. Okay? Just like how...
So that's what you think.
Like how in a sense where, I got a sense for you. You know when somebody's mad at you, right?
Yeah.
Like looking at you, they're mad, but you could feel... I'm not I'm gonna compare it to this because that's a better way to understand it. You can feel the cock, or you can feel the hockey coming off of somebody. You can feel the
Yeah,
intent
yeah,
of that
yeah.
person.
Yeah,
So
you
I
can
feel
feel
like
the hate.
if yes, I feel like in some way, shape, or form, other thing like it could be stuff. It could be a life form. It could be our brains. It could be a lot of things. But I feel like things could take on that shape, or entities could take on those shapes. You know what I mean? That we could, I guess, hold dear in our, in our heart of hearts or something that we don't even realize. Like, and I would say it did that to me, Pennywise, when I saw something as the painting, the painting with the sideways face, something like that. I would have never put together. Okay, that painting when he, you see that, so
I
something
got
like
you.
that.
I
And what I know
got
about
you.
like what I know about entities, like how there's a lot of stuff that people talk about in folklore, like succubuses. There's a lot of random things that people talk about that can, like, I guess succubus will make you feel the best that you ever have in that one moment, but you'll never feel that again. You know what I'm saying? There's stuff like that that people believe in. You know what I mean? So I feel like there is something that can take on a shape that would, that would not necessarily just to scare you, but that would feed off of that. You know what I mean? There could be something that feeds off of fear. Just like in any there's even kids movies that
There
would,
is demons.
yeah.
There is demons and
But
entities that
yeah,
do
because I'm
feed
about to say
off
there's
of
even
fear, but
kids movies, if you want to take it a little more far fetched now, there's kids movies. You got Monsters Inc. There's stuff feeding
exactly.
there's stuff that used real folklore.
Screams. Ooh, screams.
Yes. And like you said, everything, like all of us were all created with energy and stuff like that. And if they feed off of like a negative vibration, if they like imagine something feeding off that. That is a
That's it.
crazy sense, bro. Like that is a
That's it.
crazy thought process. So in that mind alone, I believe stuff like it might not be able to
It could
fully transform,
happen.
but I feel like
I
it
get
can
what you're
make
saying.
you feel that type of fear just by a look or presence alone. Because we already
No, I
feel
get that.
paranormal presences, but imagine feeling that on like imagine you walking around, you feeling a killer's intent, but nobody's home but you. Like you felt like somebody was staring at you, like real angry, and nobody's home. But you
I
felt like you like, yo, chill out.
understand.
Like, oh, nobody's
It's
staring at
like,
me.
like you feel the ghost who's home.
Yeah,
You
like
know
how
what
you can
I
feel somebody
mean?
staring at you, like even when you're in public, you can feel somebody staring at you. You be like, you get that
Hmm.
sense. So imagine you feeling that sense, but intent. And you as a person that feels energy, you can feel intent. You can feel. Imagine
Hmm.
feeling like something's trying to kill you. Like that wouldn't even click in my mind. Like that I think that would mess me up in that moment. Like seeing something like that and having to decipher it in the moment. That would mess me up. So I feel like things like that do exist in some way, shape, or form, like Pennywise, in that regard. That's all I feel.
Hmm.
But I love the portrayal of the movie. Like I love how that brings it more to life for me. You know what I'm saying? That brings it more to life. Like, and it also brings it more personal because you can theoretically, not for real, but theoretically, it makes sense because it actually has a way to avoid it in a sense. Theoretically,
Don't go in a sewer.
I ain't gonna go too deep theoretically, but I ain't gonna go too deep about that into a tangent. But like, it makes more. I guess it makes more sense for if they do feed off of that. What happens if you don't give them that? You know, what I mean, not just not be scared, no, but like, what happens if you are somebody that can
You're
transmute the
saying
darkness?
stand in his presence and not be.
Yes. What happens if you do that? But not be like not being stupid, but like, what happens if you just look at it in that type of scenario? Like,
What
or if you're
if?
somebody like how we do and transmute darkness in that
Okay,
sense. You know what
so
I'm saying?
you would. I guess in order to you would. I guess in order to achieve that, you'd have to be very in control of
You have to,
knowing what that emotion is.
you have to be like mad in control, bro. Mad in control of like
Like a
everything.
lot.
That's like that's why I said I
That's
compared it to hockey.
crazy.
Like that's like you talking to Luffy, or no, that's like you talking to Big Mom and Yujimbe, and he wasn't he was not like that's what I'm talking about. Like, what if you did
Yeah,
that and you just said
it's like
like they said live or die? You said what? Like you
that's her
like
trump
you
card.
like what
That's her.
happens if you on that wave? And do
That's
they?
her default. Like it doesn't work. Like if you just show no fear in the decision that you're making,
Because
She
I
can't
was like
hurt you.
maybe, because I was about to say maybe in our own way, like how we use our energy to defend ourselves. Maybe that's our way in doing it. Like not just being fearless, no, but you know what I mean. Like maybe having that resolve, having that will, having that protects you. Maybe there's a lot we don't know about this world. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot.
Exactly.
So a lot of people when they see stuff like that, usually not usually, but I'll say 7 out of 10. If somebody saw something paranormal and crazy, they would fold. You know what I'm saying? So if you saw
I would,
jaw drop in front of you in real life,
bro.
you
There's
folding.
there's like so many. What was it? I just watched this TikTok, and this dude was like talking to some shadow figure walking through his house, and then all of a sudden it opens his laundry room door. There's nothing there, right? And then something just walks in the crack. The dude recording says, "You need to go away." And then you hear in the recording like some type of thing murmured or screamed from it,
Yeah.
and then it closes the door.
Wow.
I
Damn.
got chills watching it. I got chills watching it.
Damn. So where'd you watch that on?
On TikTok. There's
It
a
was
bunch of them.
so it was like the TikTok joint.
Yeah, I was just scrolling through TikTok and the reels on Facebook. I was
But
just
like,
scrolling through, bro.
look at that. Even stuff like what you're bringing up right there. Look at that shit.
Can't
That's
do
an
it.
everyday like life scenario. You know what I'm saying? But like that's why I believe in
Can't
like
do it.
that's why I believe in that stuff and like a lot of the movies and portrayals of that. I see why it differs. You know what I mean? You said you had a problem earlier with Chucky. He said you. Yeah. So I want to hear more of your problems with your boy.
I like the whole thing.
Mhm.
Okay, I don't get the series of Chucky. That's my thing.
Yeah.
The first Chucky movie, fine, great.
Yeah.
What's the
You
Bride
didn't.
of Chucky? What's
Yeah, but I
what's
said the first Chucky movie was all right. Then they went to like the Bride of Chucky. Then they
what's
went to
Chucky? It's like Chucky Returns or
no,
Chucky
no, no. They
3,
went to the
Chucky
first Chucky
whatever.
movie, Chucky Returns, Bride of Chucky, something else, right?
Yeah, but like that's what I'm saying. The first Chucky, fine. What was the point? That's my thing with this whole plot. I don't get. That's what I don't. I just don't get most of it. The first movie I get is a killer doll that's cursed. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a killer doll, cursed, brought back to life, got a demon entity inside of him who just wants to kill people. Plans it out to use his size accordingly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Gotcha.
Um,
Gotcha.
but like, why the rest of it?
Yeah. Like, what's the point of the rest of it? Why?
Can
I
someone
get
tell
what you're doing.
me why the rest of it? Because like that in a sense is like my biggest gripe. I like the first. The first one was good, fine.
Yeah.
Hey man, why after that? And it's almost the same with what other movie has multiple that needed to stop.
Um. There's like quite a few movies that had like multiples. So I would say before they revamped it, Jason. They had way too many Jason
Yeah,
movies. Way too many
and
Jason
I've
movies.
only seen a couple, so it's like,
And I think they revamped the Halloween series like almost
oh,
maybe 4 times over
I
almost.
I've seen it at least 4 times
Because they
redone since
got the Halloween joint, right? And
I've
then
been paying attention to movies. Yeah, I've
they got
seen
the
it
Halloween joint, then they got the new Halloween for when they
at
made it
least
again. And
no,
then
at
they got
least
Halloween
three.
when they started over again for Halloween kills, Halloween ends, you know what I'm saying? So they got they got 3 different series of it right now.
At least three, at least three. Yeah,
Yeah, that's like then you see like why so many of the same, the same joint. I get it.
and
I get
that's
it with
the
a good
crazy.
genre, but they be like trying to stretch it and get as much I guess value or as much fan service on it. I'll say that too, because they want the
That's
fans of the
true.
people to come to watch the movie a lot because they know they're going to support it. They know they've been fans their whole lives, so maybe that's kind of easy for them. Maybe that's like, all right, maybe I'm gonna make this Scream movie. Like I'm not gonna lie, I like Scream. You know that. I'm gonna make this Scream movie because I know the viewers are gonna go watch it for sure, even if they hate it. You know what I'm saying? Even if they hate it. But
You're right.
you
They
know what I mean.
do
But
do
it
things like
also brings the
that.
nostalgia. It brings them a little bit back to that point. But it sucks that I guess that has to be the only like kind of pull for a lot of the movies, a lot of the newer ones. I would say because there's not a lot of newer ones that I guess stick around too long anymore.
Because, like I said, I don't think they're making them the same. Like, so with all this, I guess it's with everything going on around out in the world.
Yeah.
You can't cuss.
No, no,
You can't
I,
do
I feel
this.
I feel like they're making current event,
Censored killer
like current
movies.
event movies and not franchises. You know what I'm saying? Like current, like they're doing what the fad is. They're doing the fads, what people are liking now, and it's gonna be gone in like a year, right? It's just like a
I
clothing.
don't think it's because I think it's because of the writers. I don't know if the writers are just copy and pasting
You think? Oh, so you
with
think the
new
writers might
characters.
be? You think the writers might be not even coming up with like?
No, but I don't want to like because it is hard to write movies. You know what I'm saying? But like,
Yeah,
who's in control that can't um they can't at move like get the movie to feel like a movie. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So it's like, okay, what what are we missing here? That's what you need.
Like what you need. I get what you mean. So let's uh let's do what time is it right now? All right, we're gonna do our little final switch up because I got one more question for you about it. All right.
What question is this?
So
Let's hear it.
is there? All right. Last question about this, since we kind of, even though we didn't answer them all directly, we kind of jumped around on both ends of it, you know, for the killers in the movie and stuff like that. For that.
A hundred
Um,
percent.
but my question for you, per se, is what movie that you've watched in your lifetime has actually given you nightmares? That's a that's a question. Here we go. That's a question. Because that's what we can leave it with for that.
Um,
Because there, like, it could have been. It doesn't even have to be perfectly recurring or anything like that. But is there any movies like it could be a killer, it could be a situation, it could be who you've seen the most? Like you could have had like one Scream dream years back, but you could have had like 5 Freddy dreams in the last 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Like who or what situation pops up in your nightmares for horror? That's what for horror.
The Ring.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh,
You
you
know
got
you know
it.
how my mom's basement they got the sump pump. It
It
don't
sounds
have a
like a.
cat. Yeah.
It
So
sounds like the well
I
job.
had this dream. I was in the basement one time. I can't remember when it was, but I had this dream where like she came up out the sump pump. Like so it goes like it was like so it goes like I thought there was like one of the cats fell in it, so I got up, go to look, and before I even get to the top of the sump pump, I see something coming out of it, and I woke up and never again. And I saw most of its face. Like I remember seeing like the head come up, and you're seeing like the hair still
Yep.
rise, and then you hear the creaking.
Mhm.
The creaking is what got me. Is like that's how I woke up. I had to. The creaking, the whole sound it makes.
God.
Mm-mm-mm.
Um. Damn. That's. I didn't expect you to say the ring. Out of all things, I did not expect you to say the ring. I really. You know what I thought you were gonna say?
What?
You was random. Really random. So maybe
There's a
like.
couple other like the ghost ones. I don't. They scare me
I
during
thought
the
you were gonna say like.
daytime.
I thought you were gonna say something random that we watched on the side. I thought you were gonna say like Ghost Encounters.
Nah, like I no Ghost
I'm about
Encounters.
to say because I know we probably watched that. I think we
Um, Ghost Encounters. Like I get chills from. I get scared in the daytime because I don't get scared at nighttime. Like if I can sense it during the day, I don't want to go to sleep, so I'm gonna be up.
Yep.
If I can't, like if I don't sense nothing and then I go to sleep,
Yep.
I'm okay. I have to accept it unless I wake up in the middle of a ghost trying to possess me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I'm, and potentially I'm safe because I'm in a realm of sleep where my like
Yeah.
you know, your body's protected. You're not in the low vibration anymore. You're
Yeah.
feeling some endorphins from a good dream, or you're feeling neutral and not in pain, or you're asleep. So you're starting to heal your body.
But my boy, my boy Mike said I drank way too much for this. He in it right now. He deep in it right now.
Hey,
He put the XD on it too. He's deep in it. He's like, yo, I know he's probably. Um, you know what scared you? You obviously know I was scared of like Ghostface and stuff. I had a lot of nightmares with Ghostface, but I guess the one. So I have two different nightmare situations for killers. Okay, so Ghostface, yes, he scared me, but he wasn't like my number. Even though I had the most nightmares for him, he was like my number
okay.
one fear when I saw it in a dream situation. You know, I was like, yes, it was a slasher thing. I had to, I guess, defend myself in certain situations and senses and stuff. But that wasn't like, I guess, my biggest fear in the nightmare realm for that. All right. So I actually had a particular dream recurring that I don't think I told you about it, and it was with Michael Myers, and he was like my stepmother. Okay, he's like my stepmother, and I lived with Michael Myers, right? But if I were to mess up, I would get disciplined, and it was fucking freaky. Like not killing. It was like it'd be some freaky ass shit. Like I was a kid, and it was like he wouldn't talk. Like Michael never talked in the dreams for that part. But I guess I did have a scary connection with him. I guess I was feared. I was feared of the silent killer, somebody that was so silent coming at you. You know what I mean? That doesn't even. He has rage, but he's quiet. But that's the scariest rage. You know what I'm saying? It's like the scariest type of rage for that. So I guess like in my dream, what it would do to me, it would not to be too specific, but I would mess up, and he would do something detrimental to me. So he'd just look at me, and I'm like, "What's going on? What did I do?" And then the next, and then like it would he'll give me like a sign like with his knife to go to bed. I go to bed, and then I wake up to the punishment. So the punishment was whatever he wanted to be, kind of thing. It was like crazy, you know what I mean? But another thing that used to catch me recurring, or not recurring, but this one scenario only ever happened once in my life because my light bulb broke. So one of my favorite movies, I didn't realize I was scared of this, by the way, until my light bulb broke. Um, I was watching the 13 Ghosts, remember? I think
Yeah.
you know the movie. And I love that movie. Still to this day, I love that movie. But anyways, there was one specific ghost. It was like the I don't know if she's the blood princess, the tattered princess, something, but she's ghost one, okay? She's a princess with cuts all over her body. She's ass naked. All right, she's a woman. But she has a big ass knife, all right? And she every time you blink, she teleports closer, type shit. Right? Okay, okay, bro. Okay, and she will, you know what I mean? She's gonna stab shit out you. She will stab
No,
shit out you.
no.
But anyway, in her room, in her ghost room, if you wore the glasses, because her room looked normal, you know, it looked blue. You put on the glasses, she had a blood shower. Her room was completely red. On it, right? So my light bulb breaks in my room. This is when I slept near, to the right of my house, whatever. I slept in I had a little bunk bed set up too. Not gonna lie. So I was in the room, my light bulb broke, so my mom had to give me a temporary light bulb for the night, right? And mind you, so we never got things that match. All right, you got bread, no lunch meat. You got stuff that don't match, bro.
Yes,
So, but
sir.
she's like, oh,
Yes.
we got a light bulb. So I'm like, oh, that's random. We got a light bulb. I'm younger. I'm like, yes. I was scared of the dark. I didn't want to be in the dark as a kid. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to be in the dark. I was like, I want a little night light. You know what I'm saying? But
Yes, sir.
anyways, she brings in a light bulb for me, and it's red. So I turned on, it's a red light bulb, bro. So I screwed it in, and she turns it on, right? I'm not thinking about the movie. I'm laying there in bed. I'm looking at my closet, and my whole room is red. So I'm like, what the hell's going on? So
I
then
don't
you
know.
start getting over, like, I know
That's
I was getting
creepy
overtired
for
for that
me.
part. So I guess I started tripping. I started seeing like my door wave or whatever. So I was like, I'm gonna brush it off, put my head under the covers. I'm a kid. I'm gonna hide, I'm gonna go sleep.
The
I went to
covers
sleep.
got me.
And when I,
The good old, oh yeah, you can't give me
when
now, mother.
I put my head under the cover, I saw my cover is white, bro. It was red on the fucking bro. And the worst part is I have a ceiling fan above me. So the ceiling fan, so the room is red. Ceiling fan casts a shadow of black over my blanket. What the fuck does that look like? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So then I go to sleep. I go to
Yo,
sleep. And then it's over. Because then I started thinking about why I keep seeing red. And then I kept thinking about red. What happens in red? And then, the more scared you get, I think I made that nightmare happen. You know what I'm saying? Because then, Adam, like you said, you woke up for your drink. She, she blinked from my closet to my bedside, and I woke up and freaked because I was like, "Oh no!" I woke up. Adam, blink from here to my right, to my right, and then I woke up out of my sleep, out the blanket, because I freaked out.
I would
So
have
I was like,
too.
"Oh." So, but anyways, I think that is all for now. I think we reached our time though on that joint. Oh shit. I have you to
I do.
boys.
I,
You got the honors of the send off today.
all right, y'all. It is good hanging out with y'all. Thank y'all for everything, hanging out. We are going to be live in 2 weeks. Cul-de-sac
Yes.
speaks. We out. Deuces from the fam. We out, baby.
Listen, yo, and by the way, if y'all didn't get it, the costume was Powerline. I ain't forget to get y'all the answer. We ain't forget to get y'all the answer, man. Almost did. But yo, stay blessed and stay safe
Should
out
have
there,
made him
y'all.
wait.
Appreciate y'all for stopping in. Get y'all some sleep. Let's go. Let's go. Let's
All right,
go.
y'all.